big activity happening. The biggest highlight that is going to be happening for the month of August is going to be Mercury retrograde. We're about to do our second Mercury retrograde of the year. We'll have our final retrograde in December. But actually, we've already entered into the shadow period. Well, no, we haven't. I take that back. We'll enter into the pre-shadow period for Mercury retrograde starting on August the 8th. The official day that Mercury retrograde starts is August the 23rd, and it runs until September the 14th. And then the shadow period will run until the end of September. So, as I always say, energetically, we can probably already feel the slowdown coming about us. And just added with the fact that we still have a lot of retrograde planets going on now. We have Venus in retrograde. We have Pluto in retrograde. We have Neptune in retrograde. So we are really having most of our heavy hitting planets are going to be in retrograde in the month of August. And added to that, when we get to September, Jupiter will join in the retrograde. And we also have Chiron in retrograde. So here's the deal with retrograde season. This is just not a time right now for anyone to be moving forward. And I think I had mentioned that in a couple of other videos, that this is retrograde season. It's not really a time to be initiating new things. Now, retrograde energy is still a useful energy because it gives us the opportunity to slow down and look back. So whereas it's not great for launching new things, it is ideal for you to be reviewing things from the past. It is ideal to be going back to projects, to plans, to things that we love, revisiting old conversations, revisiting things from the past. And you will also find that people come back from the past during a heavy retrograde season. Situations, things of that nature come back during the retrograde season. So this is my time for you to reflect, review, get prepared for as we move into the holiday season and more into September, and actually preparing for big events in 2024. So that's what we're dealing with right now. I'm going to do a separate live on the Mercury retrograde so we can get a little bit more detailed as to what's going to be and how it's going to be impacting everyone. What was the other thing I was going to say? Now I can't remember. My short-term memory is just all over the place. I can't remember. But anyway, tonight we're going to be talking about the planetary activity for August, how it's going to be impacting us, and where you can still, even though I went on and on about how it's not time to initiate things, keep in mind, life is life. I never want anyone to think that just because we're in a retrograde season or Mercury is retrograde, that you just can't go on with life. You do not stop your life or things that you need to do just because the planets are doing their own thing. If you find yourself in a situation where you have to initiate something or you have to make a decision on something, go ahead and do it. But just keep in mind, you want to try to get as much of the information, the details that you can get, make the best decision for you. But also keep in mind that there is a high probability that whatever you decide to initiate or agree to, the details of it or the dynamics of it may change, and it may have to be altered later on down the line. So I'll just leave you with that. Oh, I remember what I wanted to ask about. Just to kind of touch on briefly, the nodes changing. Back in July 13th, we had a huge shift of the nodes. I don't talk about the nodes a lot, but the nodes are very, very important. They are called the nodes, N-O-D-E-S, if anyone wants to look it up. The nodes of destiny. We have the north node and the south node. And they are actually astrological points in the sky. And they are what I consider your karma. This is your destiny. So when we look at the nodes in a person's birth chart, if I had to do a reading and I couldn't use any other planets, I would actually use the nodes. because the nodes are represent what you are supposed to accomplish in this lifetime. That would be the North Node. The North Node is about your destiny, your lessons, things that you're supposed to achieve and supposed to strive through to, and how you're supposed to be living your life in this lifetime. The South Node is opposite of that. Now, the South Node is about the things that you already know how to do. These are the things that you've done in previous lifetimes. These are the things that come easily for you. Now, sometimes with the South Node, these are things that are of a detriment to you and need to be released. So the nodes change signs every 18 months. So if you are a Scorpio placement or a Taurus placement, so if you are Scorpio or Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you will definitely attest to the dynamic changes and things that happened to you over the last 18 months. I don't know a Scorpio, especially a Scorpio. I don't know a Scorpio or a Taurus that did not have an impactful last 18 months with a lot of change in their life, to them, the people around them, to themselves, their personal goals, career, family, just all kinds of things. So the nodes actually change signs, and they changed signs on July the 13th. I have a video on my YouTube channel if you want to go over there and find out how the nodes will be directly impacting your rising sign. But it changed July the 13th, and the North Node went into the sign of Aries, and the South Node went into the sign of Libra. Okay, so the nodes are going to be in these two particular signs until January 30th, 2025. So if you are a Libra or Aries placement, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you are going to be heavily impacted with a lot of change and transformation. With a lot of change and transformation over the next 18 months. Now, the North Node will be transiting the sign of Aries. So if you're an Aries placement, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is where you are going to be moving forward in every aspect of your life. A lot of change, a lot of growth, a lot of things that you can initiate for yourself, and a lot of things that will be initiated for you to move forward in your life. Now, if you are a Libra placement, Sun, Moon, or Rising, the South Node is going to be in your particular sign. Now, with the South Node being there, this is going to be a lot of change, a lot of releasing of things. My Libra placements, and I don't want to seem so much doom and gloom, will just ain't nothing happened. Girl, it just got started. See, this is the epitome of Aries energy right here. Not patient whatsoever. Not at all. So, but if you're a Libra, I want to prepare you for a lot of deep psychological, deep transformative experiences over the next 18 months. And I will say some of them may not be so pleasant, but it is the energy of taking you to releasing the things that no longer serve you, getting you to see your life as it is, getting you to see things the way you need to see them and make the necessary changes. And sometimes we will, lose people in our life during a nodal return, which Libra will be dealing with that on a vibration of releasing things. Okay, so a special heartfelt hug, virtual hug to my Libra placements. And it's crazy because I've already seen it kind of play out in some of our celebrities. One in particular, Libra, she's really getting ready to go through this cycle, and I feel like I kind of see how it's going to be impacting her. Cardi B is a Libra sun. And Cardi B is going to go through a lot of change over the next 18 months, and a lot of how she maneuvers in life is going to have to change. And it's going to put her in a series of predicaments where she's going to be learning some lessons around control and her impulse. Because the girl just had a situation where She was performing somewhere and somebody threw water on her and she threw a microphone. Now, don't get me wrong, because if that had been me, sis would have got the microphone to her goddamn head too, because you ain't gonna throw no water on me. However, the problem came in is when she threw the microphone, I think it ricocheted off the person and it hit someone else. So now there's talk that the person is probably going to sue her. So this is going to be an example of the lessons that she needs to learn about the appropriate way to behave and her impulse control. So my Libra placements may find themselves in a lot of learning type of situations that may not be the easiest lessons to be learned over the next 18 months. So that's just an example of how those things can play out. Also, another Libra that I know celebrity-wise is Serena Williams. And she's pregnant, so she is going to be going into a different phase of motherhood, having her second child. Hopefully she does not have a repeat of the traumatic birth that she had with her first child. I think she was had a near-death experience during that time. So hopefully she will be approaching this next birth differently. But those are the kind of transformational changes that we're going to be seeing around Libra. So I don't want to spend too much time on that, but I did want to touch on that and the next 18 months and how it's going to be impacting. So just for the collective, with that North Node being in the Aries energy, this is actually an energy around everyone putting themselves first. Figuring out, where are you not putting yourself first? What area of your life do you feel like that you are in an unhealthy dynamic where you are feeling like you're not being valued or you're not being seen, or you just feel like, you are in an unhealthy dynamic with your job or your relationships or your family dynamics or your friends, where you feel like that you may be being taken advantage of, or your needs are not being met and you're not being prioritized. This is the next 18 months. It's about an energy of prioritizing yourself. So that could be what the collective lesson is for everyone. So anyway, let's talk about August. So like we always do, I'm just going to first tell you about some of the key points that are going to be happening during the month of August, and then we're going to break it down by rising sign. And this should be really, really quick tonight. So first things first, tonight, we're actually having a full moon tonight. And this is going to be in the sign of Aquarius. On August the 16th, we'll have a new moon going into the sign of Leo. August the 23rd, the sun will leave Leo and enter into Virgo. So we'll start Virgo season. On that same day, August the 23rd, we'll start our Mercury retrograde officially. So the official date is August the 23rd to September the 14th. However, hey April, the pre-shadow period will start on August the 8th. August the 27th, Mars, the planet of aggression, competition, passion, and moving things forward, we're entering into the sign of Libra. My Libra placements, watch your temper during that time. August the 28th, Uranus is going to go retrograde. I forgot about Uranus. Uranus will be in retrograde in the sign of Taurus. I may do a separate video on that because that actually is a very disruptive type of energy. Hold on a second. Let me check something out because I'm curious as to how. I'll do a separate video on that because I think that's a big deal. So Uranus will go retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And on August the 30th, we will have a full moon in the sign of Pisces. Now, crazy enough, we are having 2 full moons in the same month. Have y'all ever heard of the expression once in a blue moon? Well, once in a blue moon has everything to do with during maybe once or twice a year, we will have a full moon in the same month. And so this is the once in a blue moon type energy that we are having because we have a full moon tonight in Aquarius, and then we'll have another full moon on August the 30th in Pisces. So that's where that saying comes from, once in a blue moon, because it is a very rare occasion. Okay, so does everyone have the sun and the new moon is going to be prominent in your chart? We'll be talking about Your rising and your north node is the same. Excellent. Excellent. We'll be talking about Venus, and we're really not going to spend a lot of time on Venus because guess what? Venus has been in the same sign of Leo. It's going to be there for 4 months. So I'm going to breeze by that real quick. The only thing that's happened different with Venus is it's gone into retrograde. So it will stay in the sign of Leo until October. So there's really not a lot of change. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on Venus. And then we'll talk about the full moon. That is tonight, and where we could see some change that's coming up over the next full moon cycle. So the next, 30 days or so. Okay, so Aries rising, sun or moon. The sun and the new moon is actually going to be highlighting your 5th house. So for my Aries risings, this is going to put a focus for you, your attention and your energy, and a new beginning possibly with that new moon energy in the 5th house. The 5th house is the house of joy. I always say this is one of my favorite houses. This is because this is where we go. This is the house we go to just for unadulterated joy. House of joy, house of children. This is the house of procreation and pregnancy. This is also the area that governs our dating life, our romantic life, casual sex, and games of chance. This is a risk-taking. This is one of my houses that I consider a lottery house, or where you would go to, like if you were playing the lottery, raffles, anything that you're doing, any kind of betting to win something. So with the sun and new moon being there over the next 30 days, a lot of your attention for my Aries risings will have to do with their romantic life. And the new moon is there. We know the new moon is about setting new intentions. So this will be a great month for my Aries risings to focus on their dating life. So this could go for my single and those of you that are attached. And even if you're married, because this is the house that governs romance. So this could be fresh new energy or fresh new perspective about a romantic relationship that you may be in. This will be a great opportunity or a time. And being that there's a retrograde cycle going on here, I'm not going to necessarily say it's a bad time to start a new relationship. It just wouldn't be the most supportive energy. Now, what you could do if you find yourself as an Aries rising meeting someone new, taking it very, very slowly, not committing to anything new and getting to really know the person and what is going on, and really just taking this time to take the relationship slow. Aries energy does not do anything slow. It's a very impulsive energy, an energy once it latches onto something, it's ready to jump head first into it. This would not be the time for that energy. Again, life is life. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm just going to say to proceed with caution. This will also be a great energy about reworking how you approach your dating life, reworking how you approach romance, maybe putting a fresh new approach on how you're approaching your dating life as a single Aries. Now, this could be energy around some of my Aries risings getting an announcement of a pregnancy, maybe their own or someone close to them. Maybe some of my Aries risings deciding that they're ready to start a family, things of that nature. So we could have energy around that. This could also encompass our children. Yeah, Aries can jump the gun. They can. They're very enthusiastic. They're the first sign of the zodiac, so they're all about initiating things in a big dynamic way. You know, great energy, but sometimes they just don't stop and think about things. They just kind of go head first into it. But this is also, like I said, a great time around maybe the announcement of a pregnancy, the birth of a child. Maybe someone is telling you that they're pregnant, or you're ready to start your family in some way. We love attention. Yes, y'all do. But this is a great energy around just reevaluating and going over your romantic life, your romantic relationships, and how you approach your romantic life. Now, I always support, playing the lottery. Isn't the Powerball up to over $1 billion? If I was an Aries rising, I would be playing the Powerball really, really heavily. You never know. You could get cashed out with that, because this is the house of taking a risk. This is a house of gambling for my Aries risings. So a lot of attention around things that bring you joy, your romantic life, your children, and the possibility of an announcement of a pregnancy or the thought of pregnancy and starting a family. Venus is still in your 5th house, which this should really, actually, this 4 months, because this started back in June, and it's going to run until October. With Venus being in Aries' 5th house, there should be a lot of thought around dating and romance. So if you're an Aries rising sun or moon and you're on here now, let me know how the dating life has been going for you. If it has not been going the way you want, this is the time for you to reevaluate your approach to your dating life. Now, tonight is the full moon. The full moon is about endings, adjustments, acknowledgments around certain areas of our life. And with you're an Aries rising, this is going to have to do with your friend groups, because this full moon is going to be hitting you in your 11th house. Friends, associates, groups and organizations. And this is also about your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes. And this is about unexpected blessings or unexpected money coming your way. So with the full moon, again, ending, adjustment, acknowledgement. Could this be an ending or some type of change with regards? It says these Jersey men ain't nothing. Girl, that's universal. Girl, men ain't shit, period. But but this could have everything to do with an ending or a change in a friendship or your friend group. This could be you leaving an organization or group that you're a part of, or maybe your role is changing within the group if you're not totally leaving. This can also look like an adjustment in your long-term goals and what is important to you and some changes around that. Now, this could be, changes that just happen, or this could be something that you decide that, I want to reevaluate my long-term goals. I want to reevaluate certain things that I have set out for myself that I feel like don't align with me anymore. So this full moon could be shedding a light on those areas of your life, whether there's a friend component or a friend dynamic, a group or an organization that you're a part of, or you reassessing your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes for my Aries rising. Now, next is going to be Taurus rising, sun or moon. The sun, Venus, and the new moon is highlighting your 4th house of family. So let's look at this, because Venus has been there since June. And the sun and the new moon is highlighting this area also. So if you're a Taurus placement, this could have seen some type of change in your family dynamic. Now, the 4th house is about our family. It is about our roots. It's about our physical home space. The family, the 4th house is also about, please keep this up. The 4th house, oh yeah, I'm going to keep it up, and then the edited version will always go to my YouTube channel. The 4th house is also about our emotional foundation. Again, our family, our physical home space, prominent women in our life, particularly around energy around our mothers. So some of you, and this could have again started back in June, could have seen some type of changes in your family dynamics, especially around the people that you live with. So some of you may have had someone moving in or out. Maybe some of you have decided to move, or there was some type of redecorating or reorganization process that went on in your actual physical home. Maybe a family dynamic came up. Maybe there was some attention needed towards your mother or some type of prominent woman in your life. This could have been dealing with old family dynamics, especially with the Venus retrograde. This could definitely bring up long overdue family dynamics or things that need to be addressed within the family. But the 4th house is about how we relate to our family. Now, this could also have brought up, because it's the house of our emotional stability, old hurts or old wounds that may have started as far back as childhood, something to that effect, or something that you have been holding on to with regards to how you relate to your family, or something that you feel like was never addressed within your family. This is a time that with the sun and the new moon entering this area of your life, this is going to put a lot of energy and focus on the family dynamic. Now, when I say family dynamic, I'm talking about the family that you were born into and also the family that you possibly have created for yourself. Okay? So this also could look like redecorating projects, rehab projects with regards to your home, renovations. This could look like you thinking about moving or, changing your residence in some way. Maybe you're acquiring a second home or some property. A lot of those things will come up for you, especially as we continue on with this Venus in retrograde up until the month of October. So there's going to be a lot of attention for my Taurus rising around their family dynamics and how you relate to your family. Now, your full moon, which is tonight, has everything to do with your 10th house. Now, the 10th house is the career house, primarily. But there's a lot of other things that go into the 10th house. The 10th house, again, is our career. It's our public image. It's what we're known as or known by in the public. This is how the public sees us. This is also the area that governs our reputation, our titles that we wear, what we're known for, what we're known as. And this is an area that governs, masculine energy. So this is authority figures, this is government, this is possibly our father, or, again, prominent men that are in our life. So full moon, ending, adjustment, acknowledgement around areas that have to do with this particular house. This is also about when the full moon is at its brightest. So it's about shedding a light on certain things. So this could have you looking over the next 30 days or 30 to 45 days at your career and where it's going and whether or not you need to make changes. Now, with it being an ending, could this be the ending of possibly a career type situation or a job situation? Some of my Taurus risings may be thinking about leaving a current job or leaving a current career, or maybe the career leaves them. But it's in a way to put you in a space of where you need to be. Maybe with the full moon is shining a light on your dissatisfaction with your current job. Or because it's authority figures, this could be shining a light on the energy around the dynamic of the authority figures at your workplace. Or even if it's not your workplace, this could be the people in your life that you consider authority figures for yourself, because everybody's not in the workplace. So we also have to look at this full moon possibly bringing on, because this is also an area that governs personal relationships. Could this be the ending of a relationship, a marriage, or something to that effect? It definitely could be, because we also have the titles that we wear here. And sometimes that has reflected more on a personal type thing than it does on a professional. But with this full moon over the next 30 or 45 days, you could be addressing things around your career. It could be addressing things around your public standing or your reputation or your relationship with authority figures or your relationship with the prominent men in your life. Okay? Next we're going to talk about Gemini rising, sun or moon. I never have a lot of Gemini energy on my lives. I wonder why. The sun, Venus, and new moon is going to be highlighting your third house. Now, the third house has to do with our communication style. So this is all about communication. This is about educational pursuits. This is also the area that governs our siblings, our cousins, our extended family. Short distance travel is here. And again, also our neighbors are here, and our transportation. So if you're a Gemini rising, particularly sun or moon, this could be a energy around the need for new transportation. So maybe some of you are thinking about getting a new vehicle. Hopefully this is a decision that you made a while ago and you're actually going into it because you want a new vehicle, not because you need a new vehicle. But that could come up because we do have that Venus that is in retrograde here. So some of you may be contending with having to get a new vehicle, maybe dealing with some car repairs that you may have did not know were unexpected. Nobody likes car repairs. So unexpected car repairs could come up. This would be a great time for my Gemini risings to do a little short distance travel. And when I say short distance travel, I always think about travel that does not require a passport or you leaving the country that you currently live in. This could look like a road trip. This could look like any type of, it also could look like air travel within the region that you live in, not necessarily going abroad. So short distance travel could come up. This could be increased activity or attention around your sibling dynamics or your sibling relationships. So maybe you'll be spending more time with your siblings, spending more time with your extended family, you know, talking on the phone, maybe getting together. This is like peak family reunion time. So maybe those interactions increase with regards to that. This could look like some of you starting a new educational pursuit. Now, when we look at educational pursuits in the third house, we don't necessarily have the third house as higher education. We'll look at it more like vocational or educational pursuits that you want around hobbies or things that you want to learn, or like really short periods of educational pursuits, like a vocational class that takes about 6 months to a year, or you're getting another accreditation or some type of certification of some sort. So we're looking like smaller type of pursuits when it comes to education. This could also look like some of you launching a website, some of you starting a media project of some sort, a campaign project, maybe some of you even starting writing a book or something like that. So things around your education, things around your transportation, extended family, siblings, and the potential for short distance travel here with this energy over the next 45 days. Now, the ninth house, where your full moon is tonight, has everything to do with the ninth house. Long distance travel, higher education is here, higher media projects are here, educational pursuits, legal proceedings, the law, and your religious beliefs. Now, when we look at the ninth house, this is about the house that has everything to do with your belief system, what you know to be true, your personal morals and values, particularly around religion and spirituality. This is also the long distance travel and higher education. So when I interpret the full moon in the ninth house, this could be you reassessing or reevaluating your faith. So some of my Gemini risings may be questioning their faith, maybe questioning what they believe in. This could be a time that you, with the full moon, shines a light on certain values that you've held for yourself maybe for a very long time, and you're now feeling like you no longer align with that belief system anymore. And you're figuring out, you know, what are the things that I still believe in? What are the things that I want to release and maybe pursue in a different direction? I always use this adage of religion, which is here in the ninth house. Most of us, if not all of us that has a religious belief, we inherited that from our family. So we really did not have a choice about what we believed in with regards to religion. So at some point during our lives, we start to question whether or not that is a true belief system for ourselves, because we couldn't question it before as children. But as we grow and we go through cycles and we have experiences, some of those beliefs around religion and how we believe things that have to do with on a societal level or a cultural level, we no longer align with that. So that may be what some of my Gemini risings are dealing with at this time, is whether or not I still align with the belief system that I've always had. And there is nothing wrong with that, because as we grow, things change. So don't fight it. Now, this could also see some of my Gemini risings coming to an ending of an educational pursuit. So maybe you guys are finishing up a degree, finishing up your bachelor's or your master's, finally finishing up that thesis for yourself. So that could be what is coming to culmination for you. Some of you planning for a long distance trip. So this would be the planning phase of a long distance international trip for yourself, so we can see that. And some of you could be contending with a legal situation that could be possibly coming to an end, and hopefully coming to a favorable end for yourself during this time. Now, next we're going to talk about Cancer, rising sun or moon. The sun, Venus, and new moon are going to be highlighting your second house. Easiest house for me to interpret, because the second house is about earned income. This is how we earn our money. This is about our money. This is about our investments. This is about our material possession, our daily routines, our habits. This is about our work ethic and our self-value. And it's funny because I have a Cancer rising that's really close to me, and she recently got a promotion, and she is just now realizing how much more responsibility this new position is. Yes, it's a great opportunity, but it came with a lot more work. So my Cancer risings, really thinking about how you earn your money. And especially around if you are earning your money and you feel good about how you earn your money. So this is about you aligning with a career or a job or a means of earning money that you feel like you are of value, or you feel like your talents are being utilized and appreciated, or you're being compensated for the work that you do. This may see some of my Cancer risings renegotiating a salary. This would be a great time to renegotiate salaries because we're in a retrograde energy. So some of you renegotiating your salary, saying that, hey, I have a lot of skills, I bring a lot to this position, I should be compensated more for this. So we're looking at that. This could be a total reassessment of how you're spending your money. So if you're a Cancer rising that needs to be on a stricter budget, this is the time for you to start to reassess your money, how you're spending your money. Also looking at the amount of money that is coming in. Are you making the money but you're not seeing it? So we're going to be reevaluating our budgets, reevaluating how we earn our money, possibly reassessing, saying that, hey, I need to bring in multiple streams of income because what I'm bringing in now is just not cutting it. So we're going to be doing a lot of reassessment over at least until October for my Cancer risings, really talking about being motivated to earn more money or to get themselves in a better financial situation. This will also have you looking at your investments. Yes, see? Your investments and things of that nature, your retirement. Are you saving enough? So this is going to be, again, until at least October, a time that money is going to be a big deal for you if you're a Cancer rising, okay? And again, it will also have that energy around, am I being appreciated? Who is that? Somebody's ringing my doorbell. Anyway, and are you doing the work that you're doing, do you feel like it is work that is of value and that you're being appreciated and compensated for it in the appropriate way? Hold on. All right, Cancer rising. The full moon is going to be, which is tonight, highlighting your 8th house. Now, the 8th house is the house of other people's money, other people's resources, your taxes, inheritances, loans, assets, intimate connections with other people, sex, and other people's resources. So for the full moon, which the full moon energy lasts us about 2 weeks to a month, okay? So even if you're not feeling it now, it could come on later down the line. So full moon, ending, adjustment, acknowledgement around this area of your life. Or at best, a shining a light on this area of your life. So this could have you looking at or being on the receiving end of a tax return, a bonus, some unexpected money coming your way. This could, especially if you're a Cancer rising that has been dealing with the separating of assets and resources, maybe in a divorce or some type of business partnership. This could see that culminating and coming to an end and hopefully being a positive resolution. Now, this is also the house that governs our intimate connections with others and sex. Now, when we think about intimacy, intimacy is not sex. It is the connection we make with someone else, and sex is the physical act. Now, when we look at intimacy, that doesn't necessarily mean a romantic partner. It can include a romantic partner, but this could be any intimate relationship that you have with another person. Being that it is a full moon, this could be an ending to an intimate connection with someone else. Now, when we talk about endings, could this be a breakup of a relationship? Absolutely. It definitely could be a breakup of a relationship, but it also could be a breakdown of a relationship, whereas building up the dynamic or the tie with another person in a different way. Maybe the two of you are just deciding that you're not necessarily going in separate direction, but you're going to break the cycle of this unhealthy dynamic you have going on and try to foster a new, better, healthy relationship with someone. Now, when we think about sex, this could be an ending of a sexual relationship with someone. So maybe if you had found yourself in a situationship or a friends with benefits dynamic, Cancer rising, this could see one or both of you deciding that you want to bring this thing to an end. This could also look like if you've had been partnered with someone, maybe a spouse or a long-term partner, and there has been an issue with sex or an issue with intimacy with the two of you. This could be the time that you try to resolve that. Or maybe somebody, okay, I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know who this belongs to, but if you're on here, inbox me and let me know what this means. Somebody is in a relationship. I don't know who it is, and that person might not even be on here. In a relationship with someone that may be suffering from some type of, I don't want to say erectile dysfunction, or something that has to do with it is hindering your sex life. I don't know if it's an illness. I don't know if it's a psychological thing that's going on with your relationship, but something is happening where the sex has been put on hold for some reason, and it is affecting the relationship. This full moon could possibly assist with breaking whatever that is. Now, I don't know who that belongs to. I'm not trying to call nobody out because I definitely don't know nobody's business on here. But if that's for you, then this full moon could possibly support you in correcting, solidifying, or at least acknowledging that there is an issue with regards to your sex life. And with that being said, we're going to leave that right there. So on the list is Leo rising. Surprise, surprise. Guess who's Leo rising? That would be me. So if you are a Leo rising, sun or moon, the sun, Venus, and new moon is highlighting your first house. The first house is about our what? Our physical body, our physical self, our appearance. This is also about how we show up, our energy, and how people receive and experience us. So for my Leo risings on here, with the sun and new moon being there, this is all about a new beginning around your physical self, the body. With Venus has been here since June and will be there until October. This is about you making changes around your physical self. So this could look like some of my Leo risings opting to start buying new clothing. Don't buy too many pieces during this Venus retrograde, because you might not like them later on. But revamping your wardrobe, getting a new hairstyle. This could be you starting to work out, take your physical body and your physical health more seriously. This could look like with this Venus in the first house, you're one of those, with it being in retrograde, could have a lot of old exes coming back during the retrograde period. But also this is an energy around you attracting new beginnings and new experiences and new opportunities to you. So this is actually a very positive energy, even though it's in the retrograde. Now, y'all know what I say about spinning the block. If you have an ex that comes back during this Venus retrograde, I am not telling you not to try it again. I'm telling you just to proceed with caution. Don't make any commitments. Don't say that we're getting back together, because may possibly at the end of the retrograde cycle, you think that you figure out that you've made a mistake with this one. But this is about your physical self, your body, and how you're showing up. And I will be totally transparent with y'all, you guys. Actually, back at the beginning of July, I started my weight loss journey yet again. But this time, I'm doing it a little bit differently. I'm actually taking these weight loss injections. So I have been taking I just kind of started the semaglutide injections maybe a week or so ago. No, I take that back, maybe about 3 weeks ago. And I've been taking the lipo B12 injections, and I've been on, I think, some kind of weight loss medication. I actually went to a weight loss doctor or weight loss specialist, and I've been on the combination of these things. Now, I started July the 5th. It hasn't been quite a month yet. I think I've only lost maybe about 10 pounds. However, I've seen a lot of non-scale victories. I have lost quite a few inches, and this big ass stomach of mine is starting to go down. I'm just starting to see the progress in that. So this is how this Venus in the first house energy has been impacting me. Me getting serious about me losing weight. I have never used any type of injections or anything like that. So this was a big deal for me. I'm going to try this for a solid 6 months and see how it goes. And I will keep you informed. But that's that Leo rising energy and what is going on with us currently with our physical body. Now, the full moon is actually in our 7th house. 7th house. So full moon, ending adjustments, acknowledgments tonight, shining a light on situations on our one-on-one relationships. The 7th house is considered the marriage house. So, but it does include one-on-one relationships of all kinds. So this is marriage, long-term commitments, this is family, this is friends, this is business partners. And this is also the area that governs legal and binding agreements that we make. So if you're a Leo rising, this could be, for this full moon, you acknowledging your relationship dynamics, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, changes that needs to be made with regards to how you approach one-on-one relationships. This could be some of you deciding that some of your one-on-one relationships are just not cutting it anymore, and you are wanting to end them, or deciding that they've run their course and they're coming to an end. Maybe some of you are just changing the dynamic in your one-on-one relationships. But this focus over the next 30 days will be about you realigning or reassessing your one-on-one relationships and how they look for you. Again, another transparent moment I had this morning. I was really pondering this long relationship dynamic I've had with someone in my life, and I don't feel like we are pouring into each other anymore. I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of it, and I feel like it's very stagnant, if I had to describe it. So I don't think that is the kind of energy I want to continue to have around me, because the relationship, the dynamic is really not serving a purpose, and I just want to make space for someone that could come in and possibly, have that reciprocal kind of dynamic that I would like in all my relationships, because this is actually a friendship I'm talking about. So, just I guess officially let that person know that, it is what it is. I wish them well on their journey in life, but I don't think that we're going to continue our journey together. How about that? So that's my Leo rising. Next is going to be Virgo rising, sun or moon. If you're a Virgo rising, your 12th house, the sun, Venus, and new moon is being impacted. Now, the 12th house is the hidden house. This is where we hold our secrets, our traumas, our closure, and our healing is here in the 12th house. This is also the house that governs specialized populations. So this could look like prisons, hospitals, rehab centers, jails, the confinement of our mind and our emotions. But it's our subconscious. So if you are a Virgo rising, this could have a lot to do with healing, acknowledgments around things that need to be healed. Now, one thing I will say with my Virgo risings, y'all may be on the receiving end, at least up until October, and I don't know if some of this has already happened to some of you, the receiving end of information that may have been withheld from you, because this is the area that governs secrets. These are the secrets that we keep and the secrets that are kept from us. Some of you may be on the receiving end of some very, very surprising and shocking news. Could be. Some of you are maybe had some secrets or things that you needed to share with other people that they didn't know about. This is also the area that governs working behind the scenes. So maybe some of you may be working on a project of some sort, or working on something in solitude. And this could have been working on your own healing. This is the area that governs self-care. So this would have looked like, for my Virgo risings, taking time, or will take time, to heal yourself, take care of yourself on a deep emotional level. This is also the area that governs long-distance lands. So some of you could be thinking about taking a long-distance trip, but themed around a spiritual-based trip for yourself. Again, this could be some of you contending with a hospital stay, maybe for yourself or someone close to you. Now, I never am able to interpret prison. I never can interpret that. But maybe some of you are contending with someone that is dealing with being in prison, the possibility of going to jail, or something around being confined somewhere. So that, again, that could be a prison, a hospital, or some type of facility. I don't know. But that's what you're going to be contending with here over the next, at least until October. Now, your full moon tonight has endings, adjustments, acknowledgments that have to do with your 6th house, your health, both mental and physical health, your work environment, your pets. This is also the area that governs how we're of service to others. Some of my Virgo risings could be seeing the ending of a work situation. Now, when we look at the 6th house, this is about the work environment. So this could look like who we work with, around, and for, and where we work. So if we're looking at it from the perspective of an ending, this could look like you leaving a job, or this could look more like maybe someone leaving your place of employment. Maybe a manager, a supervisor, or a co-worker is leaving the job. Maybe they're going to a different department. Maybe they're actually just leaving altogether. Changes around your work environment. Maybe your work environment or your workload gets a little bit more responsibility, a little bit more added responsibility to it. Maybe you're having some type of change in what you do on a day-to-day basis at work, but it could be changes around your work environment. Your health could come into play, both mental and physical health. And some of you may be ending a caregiving situation. So this could look like maybe you have been providing care for an elderly relative, maybe a friend. Maybe you have been giving financial assistance to someone. You could possibly be seeing that dynamic or that relationship or situation ending at some point for you. So, the next is Libra rising, sun or moon. Your sun, your Venus, and your new moon is impacting your 11th house, your friendships over this next few months, again until October. Now, with that Venus and sun and new moon being there, this can be, because the 11th house is a social house, this could actually be activating your social life. So if you're a Libra rising, this will be a great next couple of months for you to be getting out, socializing more, maybe reconnecting with your friends. If you haven't had time to hang out with them or spend time with them, this could give you the opportunity or the energy or the motivation to be more present in your friend groups. This could bring an opportunity for you to join a group or an organization, or maybe you decide to take on a more active role in a current group or organization for yourself. Now, this is great for Libra risings that are trying to find love. but you need to get out and socialize. You actually need to be using this Venus energy up until October. If you are a single Libra rising that is looking to start dating, this is great for you to get out and use that Venus energy, but you have to get out and socialize. Some of you actually could meet someone through a friend. Maybe a friend fixes you up with someone, or maybe a friendship turns into a relationship at some point. So let me know how that works out for you, Libra rising. Your full moon, ending, adjustment, acknowledgement around your 5th house. So we can see some type of creative project coming to an end. Now, I will interpret this for my Libra risings with this full moon in the 5th house, because you remember the 5th house is about dating and our romantic affairs. Some of you possibly, and I know full moons are about endings, but if we look at it from the standpoint of maybe some of you are casually dating right now and you decide to end the casual dating and take it to the level of exclusive dating. So it ends it in some way, but it starts it in a new beginning in a different direction. Now, could this be an ending to a relationship for some of my Libra risings? Absolutely, it could. But I feel like with this supportive Venetian energy that's in your 11th house for the next couple of months, it's ending a relationship that you shouldn't be in with with opening a door for a relationship that you should be in. So if there's an ending to a romantic dynamic, Libra rising, don't fight it too much. I think the universe is trying to set you up for something better. How about that? Okay? And you're another one could be hearing an announcement around a pregnancy of some sort. Or some of you are welcoming a new baby or, you know, something, a new child into your life in some way. It doesn't always have to be a baby. It could be a new child coming into your life in some way. Who knows? All right. Next, we're going to talk about Scorpio rising in sun or moon. I have 2 Scorpio risings near me. Sun, Venus, new moon is in the 10th house of career. So some of my Scorpio risings are about to embark on a new career opportunity because your 10th house is going to be lit up. Now, it can be some new career opportunities, but I also feel like there's going to be a career opportunity that comes back from the past. So this could look like an old employer contacts you and wants you to come back. You decide you want to return to an employer. Or this could look like a job or something that you applied for long time ago and didn't hear back from. Maybe the position opens up again, or they call you back for an additional interview, or they want to see you again. So we could have a lot of career progress in the next few months, but also it could be career progress from the past. Now, if you're currently looking for something new, get out there and start your job search, but also, again, look at places that you applied to before. Don't discredit that, because you may have better luck with that. But we could definitely be looking at a career opportunity coming up. Now, the 10th house is a relationship house. So some of my Scorpio risings, if this is not a professional thing that's happening for you, this could be by way of your relationship. Maybe some of you are getting engaged or about to get married, or there is about to be a substantial change in your personal life and what you're known as. So keep me posted if you're a Scorpio rising that is experiencing either career success or relationship success between now and October, because it's a really big possibility. And that full moon in your 4th house, this has to do with your home life. So some of you are planning a move, or there could be the possibility for a move to be coming up in the next few months. Some of you may have a family member that is moving out or moving away, whereas you won't be seeing this family member on a day-to-day basis. So there could be some big dynamic changes in your family life or your actual physical space for my Scorpio risings. Some of y'all are really moving. I don't know who that is, but somebody's moving relatively soon, and it may actually come as a surprise. And I don't know how that's going to look for you, but it could be an unexpected move coming your way. Okay, so do we have any... I got me a heart. All right, last 4. So let's talk about Sagittarius rising, sun or moon. I have a Sagittarius rising. So the sun, Venus, and the new moon is going to be impacting your ninth house. Educational pursuits, long distance travel, religion, legal situations, your belief system, and your spirituality, and foreigners. So, Sagittarius rising. This is going to be a great time for you to start planning a trip for yourself. Some of you may be planning to return to school. Now, the return to school may not necessarily be something that you want to do, but it becomes necessary. So some of you could be going back to school. And when we're talking about the ninth house, we're talking about higher education. So we're talking about your college level education. So some of you may be going for the first time or returning, maybe around a career advancement, a career opportunity, or some of you just want to finish up your degree and for the sake of finishing up your degree. Again, there could be a long distance trip that drops in your lap, or you start planning that process. I always say when the ninth house is lit up like this, if you don't have your passport, go get your passport. I don't care if you don't have a trip planned. Just get the passport. It'll last you for 10 years. Just get it. Now, some of you could also be contending with some type of immigration type paperwork that drops in your lap, or you need to deal with. That could also be a thing. You're another one that could be questioning your faith and your belief system, especially if you're a Sagittarius rising. You could be questioning cultural norms. Maybe not so much religious norms, but cultural norms, like the beliefs that you have within a culture, like the culture you come from. You could be questioning, like, why am I aligning myself with the most negative stereotypes or the most negative cultural biases that I have within my culture or my demographic? You know, releasing some of those things that I believe that society has put in my head. I think that's a lot with what my Sagittarius risings are going through, trying to figure out what they truly believe in is what's going to be contending for them. Now, Venus is going to be in this area until October. I would love for one of my Sagittarius risings to find love on a trip. So hopefully, if some of y'all are already have a trip planned, y'all could find love with a foreigner, or maybe while you're in your travels to someone else. Be open. Be very, very open. Now, your full moon is going to be in your third house. Endings, adjustments, and acknowledgments around communication, transportation, educational pursuits. But I think this has to do with the neighbor and the neighborhood. Some of my Sagittarius risings are about to make a move. And when I look at the third house, I don't think of it as much of the same move that you would have in the fourth house. The move in the fourth house is, for me, is when you're really like getting ready to set down roots. That's when we start buying a home, or we move somewhere that we know we're going to be for a long time. When I look at the third house and how I think this is about to impact my Sagittarius rising, this is what we consider a short move. So this could be a move that you're making, but you know you're not going to stay there long. So maybe you're moving in with someone. It's just a temporary thing. Or it could be a distance component. So you could be living here, but you move somewhere else, but it's not too far from where you originally were living. It's pretty much in kind of like in the same neighborhood. So there could be a quick short distance move for my Sagittarius risings in the next 30 days. So keep that in mind. And you're another one could be contending with car repairs or dealing with car situations. Or maybe you guys are paying off a car, because this is the full moon and it's about an ending. Maybe some of y'all are paying off a car finally. Capricorn rising, sun or moon. The sun, Venus, and the new moon is in your 8th house. Ooh, this is really, really good because this is about other people's money. So my Capricorn risings could be on the receiving end of a lot of benefits through money and resources through other people. Now, this is money and resources that have nothing to do with how you earn your money. Not the work that you do, but the monies that you receive. So you could be receiving something with regards to a insurance payout, a bonus, something to do with a tax refund. You could be on the receiving end of an inheritance. Maybe your child support increases, or maybe your child support starts. Maybe you get like a settlement of some sort. But there could be some financial benefit that comes your way throughout your efforts. Eighth house, buy a lottery ticket. I'm going to tell you that. Now, the eighth house, again, it has to do with sex and intimacy. So some of you may be partaking in or joining in or getting yourself into maybe a romantic relationship could be coming your way. Maybe you're in a romantic relationship and the relationship is now turned physical. So maybe the two of you have reached the point of now we're being sexually connected with each other or sexually involved. This could be a breakthrough on the intimacy in your relationships. So you could be entering into an intimate connection with someone. But again, you could be definitely benefiting over the next few months, at least until October, by way of the efforts of other people around money and resources. Sugar daddy energy, sugar mama energy. Your full moon is going to be impacting your second house. Now, your second house is about your earned income. Some of you could be changing jobs, changing careers, getting more serious about your investments. But I think this has a lot to do with the changing of a job. Maybe some of you have been looking for a better job where you earn more money or you have better benefits. You could see possibly a change in your work environment, in your work and how you earn your money here over the next 30 to 45 days for my Capricorn risings. Do I know a Capricorn rising? I think I do. I have to see what's going on with that person. Next is going to be Aquarius rising, sun or moon. Sun, Venus, new moon, 7th house, one-on-one relationships. I got some Aquarius risings are about to get into a relationship, and I'm excited for them. So, if you are a single Aquarius rising, this could be the time between now and October. You could walk into a healthy relationship. You could meet someone. You could take a current relationship to another level. Maybe y'all go from casual dating to exclusive dating. Maybe y'all go from exclusive dating to being engaged or moving in together. But something about your one-on-one relationships is going to change. Now, keep in mind, one-on-one relationships could be marriage, could be romantic, but it also could be family, friends, business. So we're looking like really healthy, positive connections that you're making on a one-on-one level. So if you're an Aquarius rising on here, let me know how the next couple of months pan out for you with regards to how you do one-on-one relationships. And keep in mind, I always say the most important one-on-one relationship is the relationship that we have with self. Okay? Loving on ourselves, treating ourselves kind, making sure that we're putting ourselves first is the most important relationship, and then all the other relationships should fall into place. Okay? But let me know what's going on with Aquarius rising in your love life or in your one-on-one dynamics. Now, your full moon is going to be highlighting your first house, physical body, yourself, your image, your wardrobe, how you show up. So some of you also, just like Leo rising, could be deciding that you are, because we're opposite signs, taking better care of your health, taking better care of your appearance, making changes with regards to your wardrobe. There could be a lot of personal goals that you have for yourself. Maybe some of you are attaining a personal goal at this time, or completing a personal goal, or you're starting a personal goal for yourself. But this has a lot to do with also with your physical body and how you're showing up and how you're taking care of your physical self. Okay? Now, finally, last but not least, we're going to do Pisces rising, sun or moon. The sun, Venus, new moon is highlighting your 6th house. So we have really supportive energy around your health, both mental and physical health, the foods that you eat. So this could be a new beginning around how you eat food or what type of diet you have for yourself. So we're looking at new ways of taking care of ourselves mentally, We're taking care of ourselves physically, and we may be revamping as a Pisces rising how we eat or what we put into our body. You're another one that could see some changes around the work environment. So could this be a new job for you? It could be, but it could be new responsibilities at your current job, maybe a new co-workers, maybe a new supervisor, new manager. Maybe you are getting a new workload or something changes about your current work environment that can really be highlighted for Pisces risings during this time, because the sixth house again has to do with your work environment. Now, Pisces risings, y'all could be getting a new pet, and we know y'all love pets. I mean, I have not met a Pisces rising that does not want to save a stray animal. They either save the stray animals or stray people. I don't know. It's crazy to me. But y'all are always looking out for others. Maybe you take on a caregiver role to someone. And I have a Pisces risings that is very close to me that just currently took on the role of guardian to a young relative of his. And that person is now living with them. So I don't need no more purse. It's a nigga. Hey, bro, get off my live. Get off my live. But you could find yourself in a new caregiver role of some sort, maybe a mentor role or something. I can't with you. Now, your full moon, ending, adjustment, and acknowledgement is going to be in your 12th house. So, taking care of ourselves, loving on ourselves, 12th house, again, secrets, healing, closure. This is an area that governs us taking care of ourselves, doing our inner work. Confined spaces, prisons, hospitals, jails. Maybe some of you are contending with someone that has a situation that with regards to a hospital stay, maybe going in or out of the hospital, a rehab stay. Maybe you know someone that is dealing with a legal situation with regards to a prison stay. Maybe they're getting out or something to that effect, or something is changing around their situation with the dealing with the law or whatever the situation is going on with them. So we may be seeing an ending coming to that. Girl, I am still hollering about she don't want to see no more pets and niggas. God dog it. But that is how it's going to be playing out for those of you that have Pisces placements. Now, does anyone have any questions? Always. The appointments for August have been uploaded to the website. So if you want to schedule a one-on-one reading with me, go to my website, www.melaningoddesslife.biz, to schedule that. You can also do the mini readings. They're always available. There's details on those in my story. So the mini readings those are really good for people that are kind of leery about, for whatever reason, doing the detailed reading. Is kind of like really a good way for you to kind of like, just kind of test it out and see how you feel about it. So, and even if you want to know what's coming up for you in your birthday year, that's a good one too. And please like, share, and subscribe. The video will stay up on the social medias. The edited version will be on my YouTube channel possibly tomorrow. Please support me over there on YouTube by subscribing to my channel, because that's where I put all my astrological content. I want to thank you guys for, hey honey bun, for joining me. I appreciate you hanging in with me that long. And if any of what we talked about resonated with anyone tonight, shoot me a little update on what resonated with you in my inbox. I'm always loving to hear what's going on with you. And I appreciate it. And you guys have a good rest of your week. And welcome to August. Bye-bye.